Hey, so today I'm talking about this thing, this little pet project of mine I got going on right now. I bought it from some guy on the internet. It arrived dead from the factory, and I'm working on putting it back together and getting it working. At some point or another, the Sightglass here had snapped off, and this quick little video here, I'm going to be talking about exactly how I fixed it. This is the front attachment for the Sightglass on this BrewBuilt unit. I'm trying to fix the thing. I got it cheap and I want to get it back up and running. In FedEx Transit, it snapped off the little thing that the top of the Sightglass attaches to. So there's a little thing that sticks into the end of this shark bite fitting here, and that bit snapped off of this. So what I thought to do is, originally I was going to have to replace the whole thing with brass fittings, and that was kind of working, but I didn't like the way the Sightglass was curving. And then it hit me, why not just drill the hole here out to 3/8, which is the outside diameter of this tubing, and stick this piece of tubing through it into the tank. So it's really one of those keep it simple, stupid moments. This thing, by the way, this here is what broke off. So the shark bite fitting would clamp onto this, and this was on the underside of this piece. You can't see it because of the way it's mounted right now, and I don't want to move it at the moment. But yeah, so cases keep it simple, stupid. Anybody else has one of these BrewBuilts or something similar with one of these fittings for the Sightglass on the front, easiest way, go buy some 3/8 outside diameter tube and drill the little plastic fitting out to the outside diameter of that tube. You'll need a 3/8 drill bit. Recommend doing it with a drill press, but if you don't have one of those, any old drill, just set it on the lowest setting and go slow. Which, if you're using a drill press, set it on the lowest setting. So biggest pulley here on the front, smallest there on the back. That's how they do variable RPM with these drill presses. So I do advise not holding on to it with your hand while doing it. It's real easy to put a hole in your hand doing that. So don't do that. That's keep your hands away from the spinning parts. I shouldn't have to say that, but people these days, well, let's just say I should put the disclaimer in there for my own sake. So as you can see here, got this through there, finished drilling the hole out, and it's going to go in like this, and then that shark bite on there will just clamp onto this tubing here. So let me get that put together and I'll show you the finished product. Alright, so here's the finished product. It's a little hard to see, unfortunately. The light's not great. Let's see if I can get it turned around here to where the light's better. And as you can see, fits back in there more or less flush. It wasn't perfect to begin with, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm not going to be able to show you that. I'll try and take a screenshot with flash and stick it in to show you what the inside is, but there's a lock nut on the inside and a rubber gasket. Do not forget the gasket if you're going to do this, because otherwise, if you accidentally overfill the tank, it will leak. And there's foam insulation down inside this wall. If that stuff gets wet, it won't keep the tank anywhere near as cold. So yeah, don't get that wet. Also, I'm not 100% sure, but depending on what minerals are in your water, it may actually eat through that foam. So, just a quick demonstration here. As I was showing, 3/8 outside diameter tube, and it goes right in. See? It's a little stiff, but that's okay. And yeah, works pretty good. Now I'll come back one last time. I know I keep saying this the last time I'm going to come back, but I just realize it's a lot easier to work on things when you don't have to hold the camera at the same time. So, gonna cut real quick. Be right back. So as you can see, there's some of this tubing here. Just is this? This is 3/8 outside, 1/4 inside diameter tubing. Specifically polyethylene tubing that I got from Home Depot. And give me a sec, I just have to push this back in a bit. Okay, final clip. As you can see, I mean, if you know what you're looking for, you can tell this thing isn't as original, but it's pretty darn close. Honestly, I'm kind of mad at myself for not coming up with that earlier. Because all the stuff I bought here to try and fix it, that cost me like 40 bucks, I think. Brass fittings are not cheap. Yeah, so that's problem with this number one solved. Problem number two is that the foot snapped off. This plastic bit here and the screw, they're press molded together like that, but it snapped off in shipping, and it's one of those things that once it breaks, you can't put it back together. So I'm in the process of trying to sort out how exactly to do that. What it's looking like right now is it's looking like I'm going to have to use this long carriage bolt with a couple washers and a couple nuts to make an adjustable height that it can sit on. Obviously, that's really frickin' long. I'm probably going to have to cut it down when I put it in, but that's a problem for another day. I'm not doing that one today. So, just a quick update on the status of this project. Hopefully, if you've had an issue with this part breaking off, that's enough to help you get yours fixed. Anyways, thanks for watching, and y'all have a good one. Bye. I would almost call this a deleted scene, but really it's more of an afterthought because I already recorded the previous segment. So I wanted to actually talk a second about what my original plan was going to be for this and how it went wrong. So the original plan was, let me dig out my pipe clamps here. So original plan was to take this brass nipple here, attach this street elbow to it like that, put that on there, that adapter, put this on there like that, and then attach the tubing to this barb, and then have that be sticking out the front and attach that to it. So that was the original plan. What I found out when I got it all put together is that it stuck about this much further out. So this is where it should be. It was sticking out that far. I had to cut another piece of tubing for the Sightglass so that it would reach over about here where it was. And all in all, it was just a pain in the neck, and it looked ugly. And that's when the idea of drilling out this plastic bit occurred to me. And as you can see, I think that was the much better solution. So the good news is I saved the packaging for these. All I got to do is tape the holes shut, and I will be able to take it back to the store. Obviously, pipe clamps, I'm just going to hang on to those because those are useful. But yeah, now for those of you who are wondering, why are you taking back things that you've already assembled? Well, one, the packaging's still mostly intact and I can tape it shut. Two, they'll take it back like that, they don't care. Three, they can resell it like that. And four, mostly because brass is expensive. These fittings all together probably cost me like 40 bucks. So if you're going to go with brass, which oftentimes it's your only option for projects like this. Make sure you plan it out in advance. Don't end up having to make an extra run back to the store to take back stuff you didn't need or buy more stuff that you did. Always, plan your projects out before you're doing them. But yeah, little lesson for me and a little, learn from my mistake for y'all. And y'all have a good one. Bye.